All right, now we have the sequel. Is it any better? Well, it is more dramatic. Let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Why Did I Get Married 2? It is the sequel to 2007, Why Did I Get Married? Came out 2010, 15 years ago. It is rated PG-13, coming in at 2 hours and 1 minute. It is described as comedy, drama, and romance. Now, of course, this is written and directed and produced by Mr. Tyler Perry. This is what the gentleman looks like right here. We all know who this man is. He has a ton of writing credits, producer credits, and directing credits. Some of his latest work that I have liked was 688. I really did not like Straw, and that's what brings us here today. Why am I reviewing this film that came out 15 years ago? Well, Straw came out June 2025 this year. I did not enjoy the film, but I did like 688, which came out Netflix in November of 2024. So I said, why don't I go back and look at all of the Tyler Perry films that I do like? Because some of his movies I like, some of them I don't like. It is a flip of a coin, and so many people had things to say with Straw. So that's what I'm doing right now by myself, and also with my homie from Southern California, Kimberly. We also have a spoilers review for this film, so make sure you subscribe and check that out as well. But I didn't like Mea Culpa, which is now titled My Fault, but I did like Why Did I Get Married, the first one, The Family That Prays, Medea's Family Reunion. So like I said, it's a flip of a coin. I'm going through the positive films. Now, when it comes to this one, Why Did I Get Married 2? I did remember this vividly. This was one of my favorites out of the Tyler Perry film bunch. I'm still not sure on if I liked it some more or not than the original film, but it is up there. There's a lot of great things in this film that a lot of people can love and appreciate. And it's an overall great film. Like when I was going back and revisited some of the other ones, I couldn't remember if I saw it or not, but I've definitely seen this film a number of times. And each time I watch it, I find something new. It just never gets old for me. So if you haven't seen it, I won't dive deep into spoilers, okay? I'm going to save that for the spoiler review that's already been recorded. So before I get into all the nitty gritty, before I get into all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film, Why Did I Get Married 2, is all about. Four couples struggle to save their marriages once again on their annual marriage retreat, while each of them battled through financial, physical, mental, and emotional issues. And that is definitely the case. Now, this is an annual retreat that these four couples do go on, but the timeline in this film is a number of years after the first one. It's not just 1 year jumping forward. It has been a few years, and the relationships have flourished into something new. Some have new kids, some have older kids and second kids, and we get to see the next few chapters in all of these couples' lives. Now, in the first film, they did take their vacation in Colorado, something that I've never taken part of being in the snowy mountains, and that was fun for me. I did like the adventure that they went on, and that's the exact same thing here in the sequel, except for them being in the cold, but instead of the cold, they're now in the heat in the Bahamas. And I'm like, okay, I want to go there too. I've never been to the Bahamas before, but I was living through these couples on screen, just like, man, you know, they're living it up right now, just having a good old time. And I wanted to be there with them. And I have those type of things in my films. It just makes it that much fun. And like, I'm along for the ride. The movie is funny. I had a lot of laughs. That's coming from Tasha Smith as Angela, and also Marcus, who's been played by Michael Jai White. Their banter back and forth, again, it's not my cup of tea, but at the same time, it is funny. And I do like it in small doses. In times when I'm trying to put my shoes into Angela's position, I can understand why she gets frustrated with not being able to trust her man. He's constantly always having women in his face, and then your neighbor is coming and telling you rumors too. Don't want to spoil it here, and the scene is over exaggerated, over the top, but I like that type of stuff. I mean, Tyler Perry, he's very silly. He's very funny. He does over exaggerate with a lot of his jokes, and that may not be for everybody, but it is for me. And there was just a good dosage of that in this film by Tasha Smith and Michael Jai White, something that I liked in the first film, and he continued on in the second one. So great job there. You're going to get the laughs, and not just from that couple either, just from some of the supporting characters, the extras, and the other couples as well, as they throw jabs back and forth, especially with the sarcasm as they're in the Bahamas and playing cards to space, or I don't remember exactly what game it was, but hey, You know, don't start none, won't be none. If you got a slick mouth, somebody may bite it off. So as far as the comedy is concerned, that is very present and strong. I also love the way this film is structured. Just like the last film, it comes in right at around 2 hours. And we get everything fun in the very beginning of the movie, the first 45 minutes to an hour, where all the characters are on the adventure. But it's not till later, the second half of the film, when the curtain is pulled back and you see all the drama that is going on behind the scenes. But until then, we do get a nice build up in the first act, again, like I said, where everything is fun. There's little hints here and there about the status of everyone's relationship, how someone may slip and call someone else the other name, or make a comment about their spending habits, which is very, very personal, and I don't think that should be out there on Front Street, or just characters saying little things under their breath, not realizing that someone around the way possibly heard them, which could be revealing cracks in your marriage while y'all are putting up a front, or everyone has the perception that it's all sunshine and rainbows. As far as the drama is concerned, the first thing, I love how Tyler Perry approached how important communication is, what someone's expectations are, and also setting up boundaries with new and or old friends. What does it mean to be a human being? What does it mean to be a caring person? And where do you draw the line? Like, okay, hey, I know this person may need some help, but that's not your job anymore. They can call somebody else to do that. And if not, okay, so what? We're going to keep moving on. I don't want you involved with this person anymore. You can't really make assumptions like this when you're in a marriage. And this film does show how difficult a marriage can be. But if you love a person and pour into them and they do the same, the benefit of how it could just pay off throughout the process and all the way in the end, but you got to communicate. And that is a clear theme in this film right here. Now, there are certain topics where it is okay to let that information out to the general public and or your friends or family, but there's just also topics that should just be kept within the marriage between the husband and wife. And the exploration there within this story I thought was very great, entertaining, romantic, and drama-filled. I just also love the structure of the film. I just spoke about the first half being fun and the second act or second half of the film, them pulling back the curtains. But just the way that Tyler Perry groups up the characters, we see all 8 or 9 of them together quite often. We see the men together, we see the women together, and then we see each couple at night or throughout the day as they're going throughout their marriages trying to work it out. I mean, you get a nice balance, a nice taste of everyone, and every marriage is different. They're all going through the same problems, but then again, they have their own individual problems, and they're all real and thought out. Even if I've never experienced this myself personally, I can say, man, I see that going down in a marriage, and it's tough, but you know, you got to get through it because you're married. It's a lifelong commitment, but these things do come up. It's life. Tyler Perry represented that very, very well. And also this movie showcases where you can have all the answers, but do you practice what you preach? And if you don't, it can be very, very destructive. And unfortunately, that is kind of what happened in this film. Don't want to spoil it for you. If you've seen it, of course you know, but come check out that spoiler review where we dive a little bit deeper. I also like the way that Tyler Perry addressed pride and how much is too much. I mean, we all have a sense of pride and you're supposed to, but too much pride can kill a man. I mean, what do? I'm thinking about Troy right now, played by Lamont Rucker. He was in a predicament and I understood every place this brother was coming from. I also like how they showcase how vulnerable he can be with his wife, Sheila, played by Jill Scott, but also still show how strong he is and masculine, because that's very, very important as well. I mean, there's just so much to like about this film. Even in the first one, Jill Scott was my favorite. She stole the show for me. But I think in this one, she comes in second place and Janet Jackson comes through and is at the top of the mountain taking the first place crown. Her scenes in this were electric. I loved it. She's a great singer, great performer, and a great actress as well. I felt very, very sorry for her, even though I felt that she was wrong and I'm pissed off at her character and she made me mad. I still felt convicted by her performance, her role. She did a great job, and I mean, she just wasn't perfect. She thought she was perfect. Patty made some mistakes in the first film. She made some mistakes in this film too. And man, did they have some repercussions, but at the same time, wasn't the best character, but at least Janet Jackson did a great job performing. And so gotta give 2 thumbs up right there. Jill Scott comes in a close second though. You know, her relationship, her dynamic, the banter that she was having with her husband Troy. You know, I understand she done leveled up on you. You know, these characters are not just the same from the first film. They do upgrade themselves. And she's like, hey, I done been through hell before, and I'm not gonna do it again on my second marriage. I'm like, okay, hey, I see you, Sheila. Standing 10 toes down, saying you ain't gonna take that crap no more. I like that right there. It's coming from a sense of fear and trauma, but I don't blame the sister. I mean, she does need healing. It goes into like, okay, hey, if you end a relationship, are you really ready to move on to the next? Have you had some closure? Have you had some therapy? Have you talked or hugged anybody? These things are important. And again, Tyler Perry has it all over the screen for your enjoyment. The soundtrack is fire too. Tyler Perry continues to not fix it if it ain't broke with composer Aaron Zigman. This is what the gentleman looks like right here. I tried to Shazam a number of songs when I was watching this, but it just wasn't working. But if we look at his filmography, yes, he has worked with Tyler Perry a number of times. Medea's Witness Protection, Good Deeds, Medea's Big Happy Family, For Color Girls, and the list goes on. Why Did I Get Married To? I Can Do It Bad All By Myself. The man makes great music. Also, shout out to Louis Gossett Jr., passed away last year in 2024. He did make a small cameo in this film alongside our lovely sister, Miss Cicely Tyson, passed away in 2021. Man, legends in the game. I love them very, very much. Unfortunately, they are no longer with us. They made a small cameo in the film, but rest in peace, my brother. Rest in peace, my sister. We will surely miss you. The ending of this film is a roller coaster. If I do have any nitpicks, I will say that I think the problem solving, the resolution towards the end of the film was rushed quite a bit. And I just don't think that all of the problems that arose were resolved. However, that is somewhat realistic because that's how life can be sometimes, because it's abrupt and things just happen and you got to roll with the punches. But I just think that Tyler could have fleshed it out a little bit more. Still one of my favorite films in his filmography. But I'll talk about this more in depth in the spoilers review again that I did with Kimberly from Southern California. It is already recorded. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, her channel. Link is in the description. Link will also be in the description for the spoilers review. And again, guys, Tyler Perry, I didn't even say this the first time. Tyler Perry is also coming out with a new film November 5th on Amazon Prime called Tyler Perry's Finding Joy. It is a romantic comedy, and we're going to be discussing that as well. Again, me by myself and also with Kimberly from Southern California. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget, I'm B. Avery. That's just my opinion. Peace, and I'll see you next time.